Jennifer and Julian's home situation was very normal until Jennifer gave birth to a beautiful daughter. Ever since that moment, their family cat Luna shook things up completely. Luna would not let their daughter sleep alone, and when they got separated she would not stop meowing. When Julian realized what was going on, he got the shock of his life. There are a lot of families that would want to raise their children with pets. But then he immediately called the police and they came with every available officer. When the first police officer arrived, he could not believe what he was witnessing. How could a cat have noticed this? He told Julian that he should be very happy with such an observant cat. Deep down Julian knew that he had screwed up. He should have been the one protecting his daughter. Asking questions when you are being questioned by authorities, sometimes your natural response would involve fear and shock since you know that you haven't done anything wrong. Within minutes at least a dozen more police cars arrived at the scene. They immediately started asking questions to both Julian and Jennifer. The couple was in shock. They had no idea of the gravity of the situation until now. The fact that the authorities were bombarding the family with questions becomes disturbing since you have no clue as to why you are being questioned. Imagine trying to be forced into answering something you have no idea the reason behind. You are being questioned and expected to answer the truthfully. What the officers came for was disturbing for sure. But the fact that it already started when Jennifer was pregnant was even more alarming. They had trusted the wrong people. But why did Luna refuse to let their daughter sleep alone? And what did Julian eventually figure out? That such a large police presence was necessary. Before anything else, or even before pets and animals were involved, the first thing Julian and Jennifer wanted to experience is bringing new life into their dull world. When they finally got what they hoped for, everything was going according to plan. Then again, what else could go wrong when everything was falling into place? It all started when Jennifer was finally pregnant. They both wanted this for a very long time. However, there was something that was bugging both of them, their cat Luna. They were hesitant about her reaction to the baby. Breaking the news to their family, and to their cat, was already a challenge in itself. The problem was not with how the pregnancy would turn out, but since their cat has already become part of the family, the goal was to make sure that their cat understood what was going to happen and react in a manner that they could manage. Then one day when Luna finally noticed that Jennifer was pregnant, she started meowing at Jennifer's belly repeatedly. Imagine seeing your pet pay so much attention to only one part of your body. It seems fishy and unexpected. Luna did not seem happy with the pregnancy. She started to act really weird. Jennifer got really scared of this strange behavior. The choice of whether or not they would be keeping their cat or not was rummaging through their brain. They either lose a valued part of the family or they endanger the life of their precious gift. No one has the easy task of making this decision, and for Jennifer it wasn't a walk in the park either, but she had to choose. They could not figure out what was triggering this behavior. Did Luna feel threatened, or was there something wrong with the baby that Luna could feel? Could Luna handle the fact that her owners will now divide their attention between her and their new baby? Jennifer had to get answers, and quickly, before it would be too late. When the baby was born, all that was left to do was handle the situation at hand and see what the true issue is. Some parents would immediately take their baby home with ease, but Jennifer did not have the same scenario they had. She still didn't know how Luna would react and didn't want to harm her child. In the first few weeks, everything seemed to go fine. No one wants to make their baby feel uneasy, or would they sleep at night not knowing what can happen. Both Jennifer and Julian were home to care for their little girl. Luna seemed to have calmed down. But when they started working, Eve called them with some concerning news. Thing is, Luna wasn't exposed to the baby right away, and when they were separated or when Luna was not yet introduced to Lily, she acted in a manner that concerned Eve. It's as if Eve had an added challenge of how to handle Luna since she was far from her owners. The next best solution would be to handle it face on. She told Jennifer that Luna refused to let Lily sleep alone. Luna would not leave her side. Jennifer was totally baffled. When she told Julian, he did not think much of it. What they didn't expect is that Luna wasn't rowdy nor erratic when exposed to the child. Luna was just caring for Lily. He thought it was beautiful. When the couple thought that Luna would be attacking the baby, the complete opposite happened. Luna didn't attack the couple or Lily, she attacked Eve, who was just babysitting. Who would have thought Luna would react in such a manner, and no one knew how to handle the situation. Then one day Eve called in distress. She had separated Luna from Lily, and after returning downstairs, she was attacked by Luna. The cat never had any sign of aggression to such an extent since she was a house cat. Luna was definitely overprotective. Julian knew that Luna had to be punished for this behavior. They are separated from their owners. Now the main challenge is, was it because of Lily? Who would have thought? With a heavy heart, he returned to the veterinarian, and the vet gave Julian a choice. He could bring Luna to a shelter, or he could figure out why Luna was acting this way, because the vet had a feeling something was off. Even the vet knew there was something wrong, but he couldn't quite put his finger on it. Julian took offense to a comment that the vet made. He said to Julian that they were probably the problem. Luna did not trust them to let Lily sleep alone. However, Julian knew deep down that there was something else. He could not be the problem, could he? For a while, they decided to observe Luna together with Lily. Lily seemed to love the cat, and Luna definitely loved Lily, but they could not say goodbye to Luna because she was overprotective. The problem was every time that Julian would bring Lily to bed or Lily fell asleep, Luna would be at her side. Julian just accepted the situation, until one day Eve called that she was bitten by Luna. This gave Julian a sudden realization. Julian realized that Luna had only reacted really strangely when Eve was around. Luna was calm when she was not around. Eve must be the problem. He knew it. Jennifer told Julian that he must calm down, but she refused to let Julian do anything erratic. They could even keep an eye on Eve during the day. Eve seemed to be hesitant about Julian installing cameras in the house. She asked if it was necessary, and what caused this. Luna was still very protective. Luna constantly kept an eye on Eve. It really started to look like Luna did not trust her. Julian wanted to confront Eve. Julian had to do this without Jennifer knowing. They were best friends after all. Julian got himself really mad and yelled at Eve. "What are you doing to my daughter?" Eve was totally caught off guard. She assured Julian she had no bad intentions. Eve fired back at Julian. She was furious. How could she have done anything? That stupid cat behaved like this ever since Jennifer was pregnant, and she was not even around during the night. Then Jennifer came home. Jennifer got really mad at Julian for confronting Eve like this. She could not believe that he was accusing her best friend of being a threat to Lily. Jennifer gave Julian an ultimatum: either figure it out quickly or get rid of Luna. Julian realized that very moment that Eve had said something that would give him all of the answers he needed. Luna reacted the same way at night. There was something beyond that. He had never reviewed the night footage, but now he definitely will. Julian started up the software. He gasped when he realized that every single night the recordings were wiped off the hard drive. there was definitely something really strange going on here, but what? He decided to make a separate encrypted backup every day for the night recordings. Julian now knew for sure that he was going to get to the bottom of this. Luna had probably noticed something that neither he nor Jennifer could sense. The very next day Julian was eager to watch the footage. His suspicions soon got confirmed when he loaded up the recordings. The footage of the baby's room was disturbing. He saw something entering through the window. There was more to what happened than meets the eye, and the problem was it was finally about to unfold. Julian was in complete shock. He felt his heart pounding in his chest. When he reviewed more of the footage he was even more shocked. He had to quickly call the police before this gets out of control. Julian called Jennifer to come home, and within minutes he heard sirens outside of his house. The first officers had arrived. Jennifer arrived home as well. She demanded an explanation. When Julian showed her the footage she fell on her knees. Why? Rather than wait for a miracle, there needed to be action that had to be taken seriously, and there was nothing more to lose rather than getting the best possible outcome. An officer told Jennifer and Julian that they had to be proud of their cat for sensing this. They reviewed the footage and immediately asked Julian more questions about their home situation. He explained their cat's behavior and reaction to Eve. This triggered the officer. Something weird was about to go down and the answers were about to be served. "Where is she?" he asked. They wanted to ask her questions. He gave them her number, but she could not be reached. Where was Eve? They asked for more information, and Jennifer told them everything they wanted to know. Meanwhile, Luna was upstairs with Lily. When officers entered the room she immediately ran over to the wall and started meowing at it. It looked like Luna wanted to tell the officers something. There was something hidden in the wall. They used a sledgehammer to destroy the wall. They destroyed the wall without even asking Julian or Jennifer. There was a hidden compartment behind the wall. What was going on here? Without hesitation, they pulled everything out of there. They had to get a safe cracker. In the meantime, other officers were running a background scan on Eve Anderson. What they came up with shocked Jennifer and Julian. There was no Eve. She was not findable in a database, nor was she ever registered anywhere. This person, whoever it was, fabricated her whole life. Jennifer broke down. She had known her best friend for over 10 years now. How could this be happening? What was in the safe? A whole bunch of money, jewelry, documents, and passports were found inside the safe. When opening one of the passports, the officers recognized the person. Jennifer screamed, "That's Eve." They found a hidden stash from Eve. The police captain came to Jennifer. He told them that they were dealing with an international spy named Elizabeth Holmes.